Good morning, dear students. Welcome to another session of induction program, wherein we will look into AICTE model curriculum based syllabus of Sant Gadge Baba Amaravati University for Bachelor of Engineering, being engineer, choice-based credit system. If you recall, while in our earlier session I have been talking about CBCS, that choice-based credit system, and I was referring to AICTE model curriculum. Now, AICTE model curriculum based on choice-based credit system has been implemented at Sant Gadge Baba Amaravati University and with that reference at our college, Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, from 2019-20. And choice-based credit system specifically has been implemented from your batch, that is 2021, because from here you are having total number of credits for your course is 164, in which your first year is only of 40 credits. I was referring to credit grade system, wherein I mistakenly referred it as a 50 credit course. Your first year from 2021 onwards is 20 credits per semester. So total credits for this year, first year of engineering, is 40 credits. So today we will be looking at what is choice-based credit system. Along with that, we will talk about what is the role of All India Council of Technical Education, AICTE. Why we were talking about AICTE model curriculum. What is the role of AICTE? Then we will look into what is the role of Sant Gadge Baba Amaravati University. Then we will look into what is the method of calculating SGPA. That is your semester grade point average. And from there, what is known as CGPA, cumulative grade point average. And what is the significance of that? And then finally, we look at what is the meaning of accreditation and what it means for a college to have a NAC accreditation grade or for a university having a NAC accreditation grade. Please remember that your university, that Sant Gadge Baba Amaravati University, is re-accredited by NAC having A grade. Parallel to that, your college, Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, is also accredited with A grade. So that should be a moment of pride to each one of us that we belong to a university and a college wherein we are accredited by NAC, National Assessment and Accreditation Council, to A grade. This is your principal, Dr. M.S. Ali, welcoming you to this session on choice-based credit system syllabus. So, we will look into what it means to be being engineer under AICTE model curriculum, choice-based credit grade system, abbreviated as CBCS system, at Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, along with Sant Gadge Baba Amaravati University, Amaravati. So here we will be briefly looking at very frequently asked questions. These are some of the queries which are normally asked by the students, parents, teachers across the university and colleges, that what it is when we talk about AICTE model curriculum and why we talk about AICTE only. Then what is the meaning of choice-based grade system and what is the significance of it, why it is important. So we will try to look into these frequently asked questions like why choice-based grade system, what is the role of AICTE, what is the role of the university, Sant Gadge Baba Amaravati University, how is SGPA, that semester grade performance average or grade point average, how it is calculated, and what is the meaning of National Assessment and Accreditation Council, known as NAC, and what is the significance of accreditation by that. So let us look into the first, why choice-based credit grade system. Choice-based credit grade system is required because of international branding. Because of GATT treaty, our education system has become part of global education system. We as Indian education system, whether it is technical, professional, cannot isolate ourselves from other part of the world education system. So it is required that we should follow the same convention as followed across the globe. Across the globe. Not only in India, not only in our state, not only in our university, not only in our college. It should be, even if you are getting a degree from Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, affiliated to Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, your degree will be, if it is accredited, will be given due honor by all the university across the globe. That is the importance of why we have gone for choice-based credit grade system. You recall, earlier we used to have percentage system, that in 12th you get percentage. That you got 78%, 79%, 40%, 50%, and then you are passed in second class or first class. Credit grade system is that in which, grading system is that in which you are assigned the grade. You get A grade, B grade, C grade, D grade in your performance in a semester, rather than 78%, 89%, 55% or so on. So why choice-based credit grade system? Because it is required for international branding. If you want to be the part of international competition, then you must follow the same norms as convention followed by all over the globe. So required for international branding. And this is the condition by AICT, All India Council of Technical Education, which is an approving authority for all the technical courses across the country. It is conditioned by AICT that you must have choice-based credit grade system in line with UGC, in line with all the countries in the world, wherein it is credit and grade system, and that too choice-based. We'll see what is the meaning of that. So why choice-based grade system? Because it is required for international branding, and it is a condition by All India Council of Technical Education, abbreviated as AICTE, New Delhi. What we do under this is we award grades rather than marks. Obviously, in paper you get marks out of 80. In internal assessment you are getting marks out of 20. So total for a particular paper you are going to get marks out of 100. But then your performance will be graded in terms of, for every subject, whatever marks you are obtained, that will be equivalently transformed into AA grade, A grade, A plus, AB, B plus, and so on. So awards grade rather than marks. Grading is better than absolute marking. Absolute marking has indirectly created unhealthy competition, what is otherwise known as rat race. Someone has got 39.9% and someone has got 40%. That doesn't make sense. Of course, when it is 39.9, the candidate is declared as fail, and it is 40, he or she is declared pass. Just because of 0.1, the fellow is duffer, and just because of 0.1, he is very intelligent. Grading system is that mechanism in which, rather than absolute 39.9 or 40%, 40.1%, 40.2%, we have a band of percentage. That 35 to 39, this much percentage will be named as some grade. 40 to 55% will be named as a grade. So any candidate who is getting 40% or getting 55% will be in that particular D grade. So grading is better than absolute marking because it is not very precise. It is fuzzy. So grading is better than absolute marking. Each subject is given weight in the complete curriculum. Total number of subjects in your curriculum. For example, there are around 38 to 40 courses. Total number of subjects from first year to final year, 4-year degree course, there are 40 subjects. Each one of the subject in this 4 years curriculum is given certain weight, and that weight is called as credit. Where do you use the term credit? You go to a shop and you ask something, and then you say that you will not be able to pay. You get some commodity, you purchase certain item, and you are not in a position to pay immediately. So you request to the shopkeeper that please allow me to pay you after some time, provided you have the credit with him, in the sense that he has trust and faith on you that yes, I have some credit with you, so that I will allow you to pay later on. Credit indicates the value. Likewise, each one of the subject is given a credit in the whole curriculum. Total number of credits in your 4-year degree course is 164. In first semester, you have got 20 credits. In second semester, group A or B, you have got 20 credits. These 20 credits are such that some of the subjects are having 3 credits, some of the subjects are having 4 credits, some of the practicals are having 2 credits, some of the practicals are having 3 credits or 1 credit, and likewise total number of credit in the semester goes as 20. So each one of the subject is given a credit value in the whole curriculum. What is the meaning of choice-based credit grade system? Grading, I said. Credit grade means subject is given the credit, and when you are appearing for exam and you get the result, your performance is not indicated in terms of marks but in terms of grade. So that is the reason credit grade system. Now what is the meaning of choice-based credit grade system? Choice-based means the learner, means you as learner have got an option to choose from a basket of the subject. It is very similar to when you go for a buffet dinner. You consider that you are served on a table, then you don't have choice. Whatever is going to be served at the dinner in a function, that you have to accept. Whereas if it is buffet kind of dinner, then you have choices. All the dishes are available, and then as per your choice, you can pick up a particular dish. The concept in choice-based system of subjects is same. You have some basket of the subject in which there are multiple subjects belonging to your branch of engineering, and you are having an option to select as per your interest any one of the subjects from that. So the learner has an option to choose from a basket of the subject. International standards as well as conditioned by AICTE is that the learner should be provided a choice to select from the basket of subjects rather than rigid. There are certain core subjects, but those core subjects are to be compulsorily done. But rest of the subjects are to be picked up from the basket, maybe at third year level and final year level. So there are certain subjects which are compulsory. So they are known as core subjects. So compulsory for a branch of engineering. For example, in first year, all the 4 subjects in group A and all the 4 subjects in group B, both of them are group A, group B, they are core subjects. So you don't have any choice. Maths 1, Maths 2, Physics, Chemistry, Electrical Engineering, Computer Science Engineering, then workshop practice, then communication skills. These are all compulsory subjects. Engineering drawing, engineering mechanics, electrical engineering, they are all compulsory core subjects which have to be taken by every graduating engineer. So those are the core subjects, compulsory for a branch of engineering. They must be studied. There you don't have any choice. In first year, you don't have any choice. In second year, you may get choice through online courses. But third year and final year, definitely you have. So third year and final year, you come across professional elective subjects which are optional from the branch. So you have option to select from the basket professional elective subjects as per the branch of engineering. And then you have free or open elective subjects which are optional from other branches which you can select. For example, suppose you belong to civil engineering, and in third year you have open elective subjects not to be taken from civil engineering but from electrical engineering, electronics engineering, computer science engineering, information technology, mechanical engineering, chemical technology. So all these are open elective subjects available to you from that branch other than your own branch. So they are known as free or open elective subjects, and that is the meaning of choice-based system. You have choice of selecting the subject as per your interest other than your branch. Now, what is the role of All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi, AICT New Delhi? It is the apex body for technical education at the national level. It is Indian national level. It is Indian Council, All India Council. So, it is apex body for technical education at national level for approving the colleges. No institute, no college in India can offer any technical degree program without approval from AICTE. If it is not approved by AICTE, that degree will not be recognized by industry and you will not be taken for job. All the degrees at our college, they are approved by AICTE along with their intake. It approves the college, it approves the courses. For example, at our college, not only Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera has been approved in the year 2009 onwards, but courses like computer science engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, electronics and telecommunication engineering, information technology, these are the 5 courses under Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, approved by AICTE from 2009, and extension of approval is given for 2020-21. It is a regulating body which regulates the technical education nationwide. So it specifies the regulation that what should be the land requirement, what should be the building requirement, how many classroom, what way the classroom, how the course curriculum should be there, and what is the model curriculum. All these curriculums, they are suggested by AICTE, which is then followed by the college through respective affiliating university. So, what is the role of AICTE? To approve the colleges, to approve the courses, and to regulate the technical education system all across the country. What is the role of now university? Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, Amravati. Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University or any university for that matter is going to affiliate courses run by the affiliated engineering colleges. For example, our college, Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, is permanently affiliated to Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University. Means, what all course curriculum are there, they will be taught according to the syllabus which is framed by Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University in line with AICTE model curriculum, and they will be taught to you, they will be then examined, you will be examined in those courses, evaluated, and your assessment is done, and then you will be graded according to your performance in those subjects for which syllabus has been drafted by Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University. So, to affiliate courses run by the affiliated engineering colleges, to design the syllabus and conduct the examination. Your syllabus is as per Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University. Likewise, there are syllabi of Bombay University, University of Pune, Nagpur University, Gondwana University, Aurangabad University. Those syllabi are not directly applicable to us. Our syllabi are from Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University. So, it designs the syllabus and conduct examination. After the examination are over, all 8 examinations you are appearing for 8 semester, it certifies the courses and it awards you the engineering degree like Bachelor of Engineering, Master of Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy, and so on. And the university has to follow AICTE model curriculum. The condition is that because colleges are approved by AICTE first, then they are affiliated by the university. So model curriculum suggested by AICTE must be followed by the university. So Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University has adopted this choice-based credit system from AICTE model curriculum from the year 2020-21. Now look at this syllabus of your scheme of first or second semester group A, wherein I am going to indicate you how is SGPA calculated. SGPA stands for semester grade point average. It is average of the grade points you have earned in that semester. So observe that in first semester or second semester under the group A, you are going to learn which subjects? Engineering Mathematics 1, Engineering Physics, Engineering Mechanics, and Computer Programming. Observe that total credits given are mentioned here. The rightmost column, credits. What it means is that Theory 1A1 subject named as Engineering Mathematics 1 has got 4 credits. Engineering Physics has 4 credits. Engineering Mechanics has 4 credits. Computer Programming has 3 credits. Likewise, if you come to practical lab session, Workshop Practice has got 2 credits. Engineering Physics Laboratory has got 1 credit. Engineering Mechanics Laboratory has got 1 credit. And Computer Programming Laboratory has got 1 credit. Now, if you sum up all these credits, means for the semester 1 or 2, for group A, total credits are 20. Likewise, if you look at first or second semester group B, in group B you have the subject Engineering Mathematics 2, Engineering Chemistry, Basic Electrical Engineering, Engineering Graphics. Now observe again here that under group B, Engineering Mathematics 2 has got 4 credits. Engineering Chemistry has got 4 credits. This one 4 credits. Then Basic Electrical Engineering has got 4 credits. Engineering Graphics, which is your engineering drawing, has got 3 credits. Likewise, Engineering Communication, English Communication Skills has got 2 credits. Engineering Chemistry Laboratory has got 1 credit. Basic Electrical Engineering Laboratory has got 1 credit. And Engineering Graphics Laboratory has got 1 credit. So total number of credits in your group B, either first or second semester, whichever semester you are given this group A or group B, credits are for group B also, total credits are 20. This is important to understand because your SGPA will be calculated based on this. Credits as well as grade point which will be assigned to you out of whatever marks you obtain during your theory or practical examination. Let us look at how SGPA calculated. For every subject, there are 100 marks. For all theory subjects, there are 100 marks, in which 80 marks are theory examination marks and 20 marks are for your internal college assessment. So, you will be getting the marks in the examination which will include college assessment marks and the total marks for each theory or practical, and then they will be converted into grade points as given in the table 2. Below table will be shown. But before that, try to get it. That you have got Mathematics 1 or Mathematics 2. The theory paper for Mathematics 1 or Mathematics 2 carries 80 marks. 20 marks are for internal in college assessment. So total marks for Mathematics 1 allocated are 100. 80 for theory paper and 20 for college assessment. You are going to get, after appearing for examination, total marks out of 100. Consider that you got 15 marks as college assessment. In Mathematics 1, you got 15 marks out of 20 as college assessment. And you have got 50 marks out of 80 in theory examination. So total marks out of 100 you have got 50 plus 15, 65. Now these 65 marks will be then converted into grade point. And how they are converted into grade point? SGPA shall be calculated based on grade points corresponding to grades as given in table 2 and the credits allotted to respective theory practicals shown in the scheme for the respective semester. Just previously I had shown you these subjects. They can be either from group A or group B. These subjects have got the credits. Remember this. Each subject has got a credit and each subject has got a marks. What are the marks? Mathematics 2 has got 100 marks. Out of 100 marks, 20 are internal, 80 are external. And this out of 100 internal and external clubbed together, suppose a candidate has scored 65 marks. 50 out of 80 as theory exam and 15 out of 20 as internal assessment. So total marks obtained by a candidate in engineering mathematics is 65. Credit to engineering mathematics is 4. Now what it does? I will come to this SGPA little later, but look at this table 2. What this table 2 indicates is that if a candidate has got marks out of 100 in the range from 80 is less than or equal to marks less than or equal to 100. That means out of 100 marks, the candidate has received or been awarded equal to or greater than 80 up to 100. He will be assigned the grade point as 10 and grade will be AA. The suppose candidate has obtained the marks from 70 but less than 80. From 70 to less than 80, then he or she will get grade points as 9 and the grade will be assigned as AB. Suppose the candidate has got marks from 60 up to less than 70. Then grade point will be 8 and he will be assigned the grade BB. What it means is, just now I have given you the example, a candidate has scored 65 marks out of 100. 50 were external examination, theory exam, and 15 out of 20 is college assessment. So total 65 marks the candidate has been awarded. Now marks are 65, which is more than 60 but less than 70. So in this case, the candidate is going to be awarded grade BB and grade point will be 8. And likewise, whatever marks the candidate is going to receive equal to 55 but less than 60. From 55 to 60, 7 will be the grade point and BC will be the grade. 50 to 55, 6 is the grade point, CC is the grade. 45 to 50, grade point is 5, CD is the grade. 40 to 45, grade point is 4, DD is the grade. And 0 to less than 40, the grade point is 0, the candidate is failed. And if he is absent in the examination, grade will be ZZ. So this is for theory, that whatever marks are obtained, they will be converted into grade points and they will also be converted into grade, and this grade will appear on your grade card. At the end of the semester, you are going to get your performance grade card. That grade card is going to have, depending upon the marks obtained in theory and practical, in front of the subject name, you will have these grades appearing: A, B, B, C, C, D, depending upon the case, FF or ZZ. Likewise, for practical, percentage of marks, if the candidate scored 85 to 100, then he gets 10 grade point, AA, 80 to 85, 9, 75 to 88, 70 to 75, 7, 65 to 76, 60 to 65, 5, 50 to 60 is 4, and 0 to 50 is less. What is the difference? In practical, the minimum passing mark must be 50%, whereas in theory, minimum passing marks must be 40%. So, these are the grade points which are converted from the marks obtained by a candidate in theory or practical. Now, let us go back to that formula which indicates how CGPA is calculated. Look at that. The candidate has obtained marks out of 100. So they will be converted into grades as per table 2. Just now we have seen that 65 grade has been converted into BB. SGPA shall be calculated based on the grade points corresponding to the grade what is obtained and the credits allotted to respective theory practical shown in the scheme for respective semester. Now for mathematics, credit is 4. So C1 credit is 4 multiplied by G1. G1 is the grade point which the candidate has earned after passing the examination or failing the examination. In our case, the grade point the candidate has received is 7. If I am not wrong, in 60 to 70, it is 80. 8 marks. Grade point is 8 and BB is the grade. So, if you go back, in mathematics case, if the candidate has received 65 marks, credit is 4, grade point is 8, so 8 multiplied by 4, 32 will be grade point, credit grade point. This will be credit grade point. Likewise, for other subject, what is the credit allocated and what is the grade he has obtained, grade point. So they will be multiplied, and likewise for mathematics, for physics, for chemistry and for computer programming. These 4 subjects, suppose they are in one semester. So C1 multiplied by G1 plus C2 multiplied by G2 plus C3 multiplied by G3 plus C4 multiplied by G4 and divided by C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus C4. This will give you SGPA only for theory. Likewise, for it is multiplied by all for practicals, and then total semester grade point average will be shown here. C1 credit of individual theory practical, G1 is the corresponding grade point obtained in the respective theory practical. So this is how our CGPA has been calculated. I am intentionally taking a pause because you are trying to make out that what is the significance of principle telling us how SGPA is calculated and how it is useful to me as a student of first year, right when my theory classes are yet started. What is the significance? Look at this SGPA calculated and this table 2 and table 2, both of them, table 2 for theory, table for practical. These are already available to you in your syllabus. This is already available to you in the syllabus. If it is not available, you can go to our university website. Their first year syllabus is already displayed. There this method of calculation is also indicated, and these grade points and this conversion from marks to grade point and grade is also given. What is the significance is that credits are fixed. Now is the important point for you to remember. Credits are fixed. Maths has got 4 credits, physics has got 4 credits, computer programming has got 3 credits, practicals have got 2 credits, 1 credit, 1 credit, 1 credit. They are fixed. What is in your hand is this grade point. The example which I had given you, in mathematics, the fellow has got grade point 8 because he or she has scored 65 marks. Consider that in place of 65, see, internal are 15. Out of 80, suppose the candidate would have scored 55. In place of 50, out of 80, suppose he would have scored 55, then 55 plus 15 will make it 70. The moment marks have gone into 70, in place of less than 70, the moment you are crossing the boundary of 70 and you come to 70 point, your grade point jumps from 8 to 9. Your grade jumps to AB. More the grade point, credit is common. See, when it was 8 grade point, in mathematics credit is 4. The credit grade point is 32. 8 4s are 32. The moment the candidate has scored 70 marks out of 100, the grade point is 9, credit is 4. It becomes 36. Likewise, suppose the candidate has just scored 80, not up to 85, 90, 95, 100, just 80. The grade point changes to 10 and he gets AA grade. So what is the significance of understanding how SGPA is calculated is that while you are studying, while you are working for your examination, you know what all your internal marks are going to be. You will be directly or indirectly shown by your teachers that you have scored out of 20 how many internal assessment marks, depending upon your performance during the semester. But appearing for theory exam, you should try to score maximum marks out of 80 so that your grade point jumps to 10. Significance is that for every subject, suppose grade point is 10, you have scored grade point AA, grade AA, and for every subject you have scored grade point as 10, then your overall SGPA will be also 10 pointer. So this is the significance of knowing how is SGPA calculated. Whatever I have indicated, this video will be available to you. Re-listen it, try to understand, try to work out yourself, and then see where maximum you should score. You should also remember that the subject which has got more credits should be given more emphasis so that your credit grade point will be more. More credit subject will always fetch you more grade points. SGPA shall be computed for every semester because it is a SGPA, semester grade point average of the grade points in that semester, and CGPA, cumulative grade point average shall be computed only in 8th semester, and that is based on 8th semester shall be calculated based on SGPA of 7th semester and 8th semester as per following computation. Means your SGPA of 7th semester multiplied by credit of 7th semester plus SGPA of 8th semester multiplied by credit of 8th semester divided by credits of 7th plus credit of 8th. This is not of much significance to you at this moment. What is important for you to understand how in a particular semester SGPA is calculated. Another significance of this better SGPA is that if some of the companies are asking you CGPA up to 6th semester, so it will be calculated from SGPA of 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, that is CGPA. Some of the companies, they ask you, suppose they are coming in 2nd year for your interviews, then they will be asking that your CGPA, tell me your CGPA of 1, 2, 3, 4 semesters. You are appearing after the 4th semester for some campus interview, then they will ask you what is your CGPA of last 4 semesters. So there also you can calculate CGPA. And some of the companies, they insist that you must have CGPA more than 6.5 or 7. So it is better to always remember how SGPA can be calculated and how can you obtain a better SGPA. Okay? So with this heavy bombarding of this mathematics, now let us look at the last. What is the role of National Assessment and Accreditation Council, abbreviated as NAAC, the headquartered as Bengaluru, and it is apex body for assessing and accrediting the colleges and universities at national level. AICTE is for approving the colleges and courses at the national level. Approve. Can you start a college? Can you start a course? That will be approved by AICTE. After that, whether you are maintaining the quality and standard for education in technical field, that assessment and accreditation is done by NAAC. It is apex body for assessing and accrediting the colleges and universities at national level for quality and relevance of the standards. Whether the teaching learning process, the quality of the product coming out is as per norms and standard, that is checked, and relevance, that today's world is going on robotics, today's world is going on machine learning, today's world is going on IoT, today's world is going on to artificial intelligence, robotics, 3D printing, then so on. And we are still running with Fox Pro, or we are still learning in our computer syllabus DOS. We are in the era of Android, embedded system, mobile phone, and we are talking about telegraphy. So, what is the relevance? That is checked by. That is the reason AICTE has given the model curriculum. That state-of-the-art curriculum required as per the state of the technology required. That what is the market demand? Those subjects must be taught. So, quality and relevance standards, that is checked by NAAC. It is quality of teaching learning process at institute. How much faculty is qualified? How much faculty is qualified enough to teach effectively? So what is the quality of teaching learning process? And then this NAAC will be assuring the quality as integral part of the functioning of the institute, which is approved by AICTE as an Indian college. The vision of NAAC is to make quality the defining element of higher education in India through a combination of self and external quality evaluation, promotion and sustenance initiatives. What it means is that peer committee will be visiting the college and identifying the processes and checking the quality. Likewise, self-assessment. The college itself has been given the guideline that you must assess yourself periodically every semester. After every semester, we have to evaluate ourselves and send the report after 1 year to NAAC. that we are still maintaining the same quality for which we have been accredited by NAAC to A grade. Our college has been graded A. So, NAAC vision is to make quality the defining element of higher education in India through a combination of self and external quality evaluation, promotion and sustenance initiatives. Likewise, if there is a vision, there must be a mission. NAAC mission is to arrange for periodic assessment and accreditation of institution of higher education or units thereof or specific academic programs or projects. For example, university is also accredited by NAAC, colleges are also accredited by NAAC, or a particular program like BE, Engineering and Technology, Management, those programs are also separately assessed and accredited periodically. We are having accreditation of NAAC grade A only for 5 years, and that too from 2017, it will be ending by 2022. So, to arrange for periodic assessment, to stimulate the academic environment for promotion of quality of teaching, learning and research in higher education institution. Stimulation is provided, that we are guided that you do this way, this way, this way, so that you can have a better quality of teaching, learning and research at your institute. To encourage self-evaluation, means the colleges are encouraged to evaluate self rather than external agency and coming evaluating. That sometimes you appear for self-examination, you appear for your self-test. So, encourage self-evaluation, accountability, autonomy and innovation in higher education, and to undertake quality-related research studies, that how quality of teaching learning can be improved, how employability skills of the candidate who are undergoing the training in courses, that can be improved. So, to undertake quality-related research studies, consultancy and training programs, and to collaborate with other stakeholders of higher education for quality evaluation, promotion and sustenance. Means we can have industry-institute partnership wherein industry will indicate us in what manner our curriculum should be reframed, how our teaching learning process should go, or we can collaborate with other institutes like NITs, IITs, and then we try to get guidance from them for quality evaluation, promotion and sustenance. So, with this vision and mission of NAAC, our college or your college, Professor Ram Meghe College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, has been accredited by National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAAC, at A grade, valid up to November 26 of 2022. And here also you can see we have been given CGPA. Your CGPA is on a grade point scale of 10. It is from 0 to 10 scale. For us, it was CGPA on 7-point scale. CGPA was on 7-point scale, and that CGPA for getting A grade, we have got 3.03 on 7-point scale. So, 3.03 on 7-point scale has been awarded as A grade to your College of Engineering and Management, Badnera, and that is valid up to 2022. So, during these 2-3 years, you are already accredited program, and then 2022, the NAAC peer committee will be having another visit to give us extension for further 5 years. So, with this, I wish you all the very best. Some of the important websites and their links are shown here, so they can be readily referred by you as and when required. And I suggest you that at least once you must go to each one of these sites, like All India Council of Technical Education, New Delhi, which has approved our college and courses, that www.aict-india.org. NAAC, National Assessment and Accreditation Council, Bengaluru, naac.government.in. Likewise, Director of Technical Education, Mumbai, Government of India and Director of Technical Education, they have permitted. So, approval is by AICTE, permission is by the Government of Maharashtra, and affiliation to Amravati University. So, DT website you can always go for www.dtmaharashtra.government.in. This website, directly or indirectly, you must have referred at the time you appeared for CET and CAP round, and whether it is for first year or direct second year. Shikshan Susamiti, yes, the fees you are paying, we don't decide it. It is decided by Shikshan Susamiti. So every year we submit our expenditure, our teachers' qualification, our list of faculty, list of equipments, list of all the details which we are having, along with the chartered accountant's audit report. On the basis of that Shikshan Susamiti, known as Fee Regulating Authority, that fixes our fees. Currently, for this year, 98,500 fees has been fixed by Shikshan Susamiti for 2021 onwards. Then your course for 4 years will be charged with 98,500 plus caution money, that is separate, but that is caution money deposit. So Shikshan Susamiti website also, you should go there and find out what fees has been fixed by Shikshan Susamiti for our college and for other colleges. Then Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University Amravati, you must go sometimes to look at that website of sgbau.ac.in, so that you know the timetable, examination timetable. You can see your syllabi available, and definitely when you are curious about your examination result, that time you have to definitely go to sgbau.ac.in, and there you should go for know my result, that one. And this is the website you must every day visit. If not every day, at least make it a point to visit this website every week. Minimum, it should be every day, but minimum every week you must refer to www.prmsim.ac.in, so that what all current notices are there, which will be otherwise floated to you on your group, WhatsApp group. But then it is better to refer to this prmsim.ac.in also, wherein you will get complete knowledge about information about our college. So, wishing you all the very best. Thank you. This is your principal, Dr. M.S. Ali, signing off. Wishing you all the best. And I hope that once you understand the method of calculating SGPA and you understand the significance of that, you will definitely put your brain into it for getting best of the best grade point and best of the best SGPA, targeting 10 point. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.